Good morning Year 4. We're going to continue our topic of symmetry and we are going to complete symmetrical figures in a line of symmetry today. So our anchor is to identify symmetrical shapes and we have the same vocabulary as yesterday. So have a look at these pictures here. Alfie has some shapes which he has completed with a mirror line, so a line of symmetry, which are symmetrical and which are not. So you can talk about it with an adult, or if you are at school you can talk to the other person on your table, which are correct and which are incorrect. Off you go. Okay then, so actually we have A, which is correct, C is correct, D is correct, E is correct, and so is F. B is not a reflection, it's exactly the same picture drawn again on the opposite side, so it's the only one that is not symmetrical. So well done if you got those correct. Okay then, so if I'm going to show you on our model to reflect the pattern in the line of symmetry, and then I want you to have a go at this one over here. So we have some squares here that we want to reflect in our line of symmetry. So I will choose a different colour so you can see clearly. Here is my mirror line, my line of symmetry, and I can see that my first square here is touching my mirror line. So that's very easy because I know that the image I am reflecting will touch the line this side. And that is true with this square here as well. It's going to touch the line, so it will be here. Now I've got two more squares over here to plot on this side. Now I can see that it is one whole square over, and it's also touching the corner of this square here. So touching this corner of my square this side, I know that I need a square here. And look, it is one away from my line of symmetry, my mirror line. And again, this one will go here. So I have reflected this shape, this pattern in the line of symmetry. So now it's your turn using this shape here. See if you can reflect it in the line of symmetry. Okay then, let's move on to a different style. So we're going to reflect the shape now. So I need a line. I'm going to use blue. So I'm going to start this side. It doesn't matter where you start, but here it is touching the line of symmetry, and this time our line of symmetry is horizontal. So my shape's at the top and I need to reflect it underneath. So I know it goes 1, 2, 3 squares up, but this one's going to go 1, 2, 3 squares down. Then it goes 1 square across. And it comes 1 square closer to the line of symmetry. So mine's going to travel 1 square closer to the line of symmetry, and then 2 across, and then 1 square away from the line of symmetry, another square across, and then it's going to travel 1, 2, 3 squares back towards my mirror line, my line of symmetry. So I have clearly reflected my image, my shape, in my line of symmetry here, my mirror line. So now it's your turn again. Have a go at this shape here and see if you can reflect the shape in the line of symmetry. Okay then, this time we're going to reflect the shape, but it is not touching the mirror line. So we need to be careful when we reflect it that we're putting it the right amount of squares away from the mirror line. So I can see actually I've got a straight line and it is 1 square away. So I'm going to move 1 square this way, and I can see that my line travels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. So 2, 4, 6. So this is my first line here. Then I'm going to travel 2 squares away from my line of symmetry, from my mirror line, and 1 up. Then I need to move one square towards the mirror line and another square up, and then I'm moving one square away again. So don't think about it as left and right, think about it as going towards the mirror line or away from the mirror line. And I'm travelling 4 up, so all the way to the top of my shape. And finally finishing it off by travelling 2 squares back towards my mirror line. Oh, that wasn't very good. There we go. So I've made it a bit trickier now for you because I've used a vertical line of symmetry and you're going to use a horizontal line of symmetry. But remembering that your shape is at the top, so you are going to reflect it at the bottom. So thinking about moving away from your mirror line or moving towards it when you are reflecting your shape. So have a go now. Okay, and finally we're going to reflect the pattern in the line of symmetry. Now this time we've got a diagonal line of symmetry, so this is a little bit trickier. So I'm going to use my shapes and my lines again to help me. So I can see with my diagonal line that first of all this triangle here is touching my mirror line. So this one has to be touching as well. Okay, so I'm going to draw in my triangle and shade it in. And then I can see here in this shape, my original shape, that my next square is now touching the triangle I've created. So my square in my reflection is going to touch at the same corner. Okay, and this shape is above and to the left, so mine's going to below and to the right because we are reflecting through a diagonal mirror line. Okay, then I've got another square just above it, so mine will just be just below it, and I've got one either side as well. So I have reflected this image in a diagonal line of symmetry. So now let's see if you can have a go. Again, thinking about how far you're moving away from your mirror line and doing the opposite. So if you are moving up in the original image, you're going to move down in the reflected image. Pause the video and have a go now. Okay, for silver today you are doing questions 1, 2 and 3. For gold, questions 4 through to 7, and for platinum you have some reasoning and problem solving as always, doing a bit of symmetrical shapes using a square grid and telling me whether Carrie is correct in her statement she has made.